I dance on my damn self. You ready? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Oh, I got my boots on the ground. Yeah.
In the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Wow. I got my boot on the ground. Yeah. Yes, Spark FM Online, number one for urban and Caribbean music.
Good morning.
We are back. We experienced some technical difficulties yesterday. However, we have fixed those and we're back to die. We're back to die.
Wagwan.
How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? It's Friday.
Yeah. About this being Friday.
Why?
You know why I'm excited?
Yeah, we can hear you a damn thing.
Sorry. You know what my excitement is about? My excitement is about the fact that school is out for summer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, boy. And I'm really excited about that because, not because my son is out of school, but because the school year was a very, very rough one for us. And I was very, very anxious to get it over with. And now it is over with. I told my son, listen, we had a rough school year. It is over. We are going to summer, okay? And during the summer, there's going to be some policy changes in this administration.
Policy changes
in this here administration, and we've got to set the record straight for things to be better.
I wish. Because my mother would never. But you
what?
Serious? Summer done. You want punishment the whole summer?
Yeah, no. You know why? Because my auntie Brenda told me when I first became a parent, and you know Noah hit the terrible threes, right? Mm-hmm. She said, whatever punishment you give them is also punishment for you. Remember that.
Yep.
And so I refused. That was the thing for me, is that like I don't want to put him on punishment because then that restricts me from a lot of the things that I want to do, and I like to be outside. So I just said, you know what? Let's scratch that.
Different logic.
Whatever. It happened. I'm not about to punish us for the rest of the summer. Let's have a good summer. But things have definitely got to change. So, like I said, yesterday morning he got up. He did his little steps. This morning he got up, did his little steps. And I was like, all right, and just make sure your stuff is done by the time, whatever. So I look forward to doing a lot of fun things. There's lots and lots of fun things. I've been following some momfluencers from Boston. There's lots and lots of things going on in and around Boston that I would like to be a part of and I would like to enjoy with him. So we're going to do that. We're switching up things very much for the next school year for him. And, I'm just hoping that I can find a place for him so his little light can shine because he's a very bright kid. And I think that a lot of him was dimmed in where he was, and I didn't like that for him, and I didn't like it for me either. So
I feel you.
Fresh start.
This
Absolutely.
little light of mine.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he is, my little light, and he gotta shine. So that's me.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Yesterday evening was cool. Didn't do much of anything. Did I hang out? I hung out with you yesterday.
Yeah, you came here for a little bit.
Oh yes, I did. I was a girl I was walking around this neighborhood yesterday with Sparkell and Noah, and I was here. I attended the beginning of the Be Soca event that was here yesterday. So I'll also get more into that with you guys, and it looks like it was a very good turnout. And shout out to Oasis for them little steak and cheese plates. Sandwiches.
Okay, Oasis.
Yeah, everything on that plate was nice.
Yeah.
The patties was crazy.
That little cheese paste was nice.
My favorite thing was the cheese paste was nice too, but the avocado. The avocado.
Oh, you know what? I didn't have that. Why didn't I have that?
I brought home plenty of them yesterday for whatchamacallit.
Oh, shout out to my sister for bringing me a little platter last evening.
Yes, I did, because sometimes we have extra food. Let me tell y'all something. I feel like we got a good turnout because I had to get a little rough on people yesterday. I feel like in this community, we have to figure out our duality. We have to be able to fet in the rain, and we have to be able to come and listen to the city of Boston tell us how to get the things that we want from our businesses, our brands, our organizations, whatever it is. So shout out to the speakers. Yesterday we talked about commercial real estate and how to acquire things. We learned about some really great programs that the city of Boston has coming out. The week before that, we talked about how to start up the business, and we had Jennifer. Shout out to Jennifer. I just saw her poking. Jennifer and
Diane.
Nope.
Worcester Caribbean Carnival Association.
For the life of me, I can't remember her name right now. Voltaire, Stephanie Voltaire. Yes. Shout out to her. They taught us how to get business started. Yesterday we figured out how to grow it. Once we do get it started, we want to expand. Next week or the following week, we're going to talk about how to market your business and promote it and amplify it so that everybody knows about it. And that's going to be the 25th. So make sure you guys register to sign up. It's called Vibes and Ventures, and you guys can find out more information on our Facebook pages or anywhere else like that. But it was a great event. Good food. Good food.
Good people, good vibes.
Vibes and vibes out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And now it's Friday. It's the weekend.
And we get to have a little fun. It's going to be the Jamboree this week. Jamboree over at Franklin Park, Shattuck Picnic area. Bring the children, bring the grandmas, bring the uncles, aunties. Come watch the children fellowship with each other and have a good time. It's going to be
Jan
good.
Said he's coming up today for his meet and greet.
Oh, yeah.
It's Friday the 13th, Fresh Jan. So that is appropriate.
Tristan, what did you do?
Yesterday I was working all day yesterday. We was here, went home, did some work, worked on some flyers. I've been working on flyers actually all weekend.
Yeah.
All week long. And
it's
then
busy season for you with flyer designing and stuff, right?
Like I told my mother, it's busy season for me, period. when it comes to the summertime, because there's so many things involved. And my mother's telling me she's doing a cookout. This is a little personal story for y'all.
Yeah.
So 4th of July, she goes, I want to do a cookout. And then 2 days later, there's an event at my house. And my mother does a whole bunch of things in the background.
Your mother, she's a hustler.
She is a hustler. But I told her, you got to protect your energy. I can't sometimes you just got to stay relaxed by yourself and your family. You don't need a whole bunch of...
You definitely got to prioritize your peace, prioritize your rest, and prioritize just your personal time, because it's...
I feel like my mother's made me what do you call it? Introvert. Yes.
Because she's so extroverted.
Yeah. And I'm just over it.
I get it.
But I love y'all.
Yeah, I get it. I hear you. But yeah, so that was good evening. Yesterday the weather, of course, was very, very beautiful. So it was a good time to be out. I hope people got out to enjoy the weather yesterday, because today and tomorrow is not going to be great.
Nope, it's not. It's not at all.
Yeah. But we can go ahead and start the show. We are running a little bit late. We got a lot of news for y'all, because there's a lot of trickle over news from yesterday that we didn't get to share with you, that we want to share with you, because it's impotent. Impotent.
So with that said, let's get it started. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends.
I put the weather Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
All right. Today is June 13th. It's 9:30 a.m. in the morning, and we are excited about this day. Today is Friday, and the weather is 66 degrees right now. Hold on.
It's on there.
I know. Partly cloudy conditions expected around 12 p.m. Wind gusts are up to 8 miles per hour. Right now it's 67 degrees. It's supposed to get up to 76 degrees today. Which is not too bad, not too crazy.
76 is nice.
Yeah, 76 is good. Saturday is going to be a high of 63 degrees, but it's an 85% chance of rain.
That's
an 85%.
crazy.
And then Sunday it's going to be still mild, 68 degrees, but no, it seems like it's going to be just maybe cloudy right now, but nothing too crazy. So today is going to be your best of the weekend days, most likely. So make sure you guys get outside and do something fun with your lives. That's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
A very, very good time.
Jamboree on Sunday.
Jamboree on Sunday. Don't forget, it's about the Foster triplets at the Waymark 7-Day Adventist Church tomorrow evening. So make sure you guys, if you need some Jesus in your life, go get Jesus with the triplets.
And I was very just wanted to know, like, the Foster triplets are dope. They're very dope. They come up with their mother. Their mothers, they're from Jamaica. Their mothers, they all look like their sisters. They all look the same size.
They're triplets.
No, including the mama.
Oh, the mothers
look just like them too.
Oh,
so she'll come out, she'll do her sermon, and then they'll come out and they basically do a sermon too, and then they start singing. So
and then they tell us about their story, right? Because I heard that they have a very interesting story.
Yeah, I'm interested in going to that.
This would have been something I would have wanted to bring my grandmother to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Should have enjoyed that.
That's a good family type of vibe. And they got views.
Yeah.
They got views. They got listenership. They are real. They got like millions and millions of views. So if you haven't heard about them, definitely go out there and check them.
I like that. I like when we find a nice family thing to do on a Friday night like that. When we went to go see Crowns.
Yeah.
That was such a good Sabbath, bringing in the Sabbath type situation to do with the whole family. So anyhow, we're looking forward to the Foster triplets this evening. And what else, y'all?
That's it. Let's get into the Around the Way news, Miss Tony.
Yes, well, dear. Oh, we missed it. That's crazy. How did that happen? Let's get into the Around the Way news. So yesterday, of course, the big news all everywhere. JetBlue flight rolls into the grass after landing at Boston's Logan Airport. And the thing is that they covered this story for hours and hours last night. And it was like the plane just slipped into the grass. Nobody was injured. Nothing happened, but the plane just slipped into the grass. I don't understand. So anyhow, it rolled into the grass. Apparently, let's read the story. A JetBlue flight rolled into the grass.
Like, what does that mean? Like, when you say that, how did it roll into the grass? Did it roll in with its? Did it roll over onto the grass?
It just went onto the grass from the run. Like, this the runway, that's the grass.
Oh, so it wasn't catastrophe. It just didn't go in a straight line.
No, it landed, then went into the grass.
So this is big news story because it went to the grass.
It was like breaking news covered for 5 hours yesterday on street.
I thought that. Let me tell you what I had. I thought that it landed, and then it skid, and then it fell onto its side. That's what I thought. And then the wing broke off, and then it rolled over. That's what I thought. I didn't take it.
You know, like when you're driving down the highway, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you just like that, and you're going the thing like that. That's what it is. So the JetBlue flight rolled into the grass off the runway after landing at Boston Logan Airport. No one was hurt. The passengers were seen exiting the Airbus by the stairs. They had little buses come and pick them up and take them to the terminal. They came off and they were like, oh, we were a little worried because the plane went to the side, but that was it.
They couldn't just drive the plane to where it was supposed. They couldn't turn it.
Well,
turn it back.
I think that any plane incident that happens in Boston is going to be.
I mean, anywhere these days, right?
Well, but I think Boston because it's like,
Well, what ended up happening was that they did like a flight stoppage, so there was no planes that could go out or come into Boston for like an hour until like 1 p.m.
Because the plane rolled onto the grass?
Because the runway is closed at this time as the aircraft is assessed and passengers are bused to the terminal. JetBlue Flight 312 arrived from Chicago O'Hare, and they said that the FAA is going to investigate. That's it. That's the story. That's the story. That's it.
Okay. All right. Did it
No.
upheaval the grass?
No.
Maybe it came to a jolted stop.
She's trying to add more to it.
No. Maybe when it went under the grass, it shook something up, so it resembled something else.
Nope.
All right.
None of that happened.
That's all I got.
All right, let's get into some other news. It's not good, it's just other. Josh Kraft calls out heartbreaking conditions at the Boston Housing Authority. Heartbreaking. Mayoral candidate Josh Kraft criticized the Boston Housing Authority's handling of maintenance issues with its public housing properties during a press conference on Wednesday. And this is something that we had watched the Channel 5 thing about not too long ago. Kraft called out a February report by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, which is HUD, in which inspectors found numerous issues throughout housing authority properties. During an appearance at the Authorities Mildred C. Haley Development in Jamaica Plain Wednesday morning. Kraft, the former head of the Boys and Girls Club of Boston and the son of New England Patriots billionaire owner Rob Kraft, called the report heartbreaking.
You think the news does that on purpose?
It didn't say billionaire. I put that in there. I did that on purpose.
Okay, because I was like, that is damaging.
In Boston's police oversight agency says her dismissal was a political move.
This is different.
So what is safe or healthy about broken or missing smoke and carbon monoxide detectors, about electrical hazards or blocked exits? He said, what is dignified about seniors and disabled residents having to climb 7 flights of stairs because the elevators in their buildings do not work? HUD auditors inspected a sample of 36 units across the BHA system and found 113 deficiencies, of which 37 had been present at the time of HUD's last inspection and 18 were categorized as life-threatening. In addition, a survey... Or maybe mold and things like that too.
Asbestos.
Probably. In addition, a survey of 24 BHA buildings found 105 deficiencies in common areas, exteriors, mechanical systems, and sites, of which 18 had been present at the last inspection and 31 were life-threatening. That's crazy. That's a lot.
So this is how I feel, and I feel like this is why I'm not a politician, because I think that things should be a lot easier than they are.
Yeah.
When we have a budget, do we put money in the budget to fix the housing that we do? Like, we're building all of this housing everywhere.
Right.
Is there money in the budget to fix the housing that's already up there? Like the project housing and assisted living facilities and what they're talking about, these types of things.
Yeah.
There can't be like a grant that the building property owners get that says that you can give every apartment $500 to fix the things. Like,
Well,
what is it?
That's what Kraft is saying. So on Wednesday, Kraft acknowledged that the BHA has limited funds to cover the extensive upgrades its property needs. However, he said the city
Hey, the shitty of Boston.
the city should better prioritize its own money to cover some of the costs, giving the $1 million White Stadium redevelopment as an example of something that Boston is putting too many resources towards.
Tristan has a clip right here.
I don't know.
I think it is. Criticizes Mayor, but it's telling the truth. No, let's not. Yeah, so
that's what he said, and I feel like I agree.
I agree with that, and I guess I'm wondering. I think that she would agree with that too. You know, like, I'm not sure if that's something that she's adamant about not doing, or if it's something that, you know, like, people complain about so many things all the time, so you're trying to figure out what to do. So I'm wondering if this has been, and it has, like, I don't know. I'm not wondering. So I know that people.
He said that a spokesperson for the Wu campaign denounced Kraft's statements, calling them misleading. Mayor Wu has invested more city dollars directly into public housing than any mayor of Boston in history, the spokesperson wrote in an email. The city capital budget includes hundreds of millions of dollars for BHA maintenance, retrofits, and redevelopments.
So they have the money?
So then why isn't it getting done then?
Because remember, in that same clip that we saw, they said that it was they said that the work order would take. Was it that one that was like the work order would take 4 months to fix or something like that for a cabinet or something?
Yep.
This is why we need migrants. Because you guys, they need jobs, and they're willing to do it for a little bit of money. So out there at Home Depot, instead of gathering them for ice, maybe we should get them to fix the apartments and pay them a good wage.
I was thinking about that this morning when I was leaving my building, and I don't think my building falls under this category. But Miguel was there when I first moved in there, and Miguel, like, you would be like, Miguel would be at your door before you even.
Yeah.
And then since then, we've had about 3 or 4 maintenance people who have not, like, they have come through and have been so subpar. And then now we got Jean-Pierre.
Oh.
I think. And Jean-Pierre is on it.
But that's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Categorize jobs and who should take them, but the people that want the jobs that nobody else wants or has time to do, I'm not really understanding why we can't give them the jobs and why people are thinking that, oh, they got the jobs, that's why I can't have it. Are you gonna do it though?
Are you gonna do it? That's the thing. That's the thing. Next, of course, this City Hall scandal. And you know what's really hard? What's really hard is to talk about these political things.
Because they're
in the first place.
Yep.
And then even harder when they're people that you know.
Yes, yeah.
And so this thing is really like I feel a way because it's like, come on, this sounds a little ridiculous.
I feel like for us it's kind of hard too because we have a job of reporting the news.
Right.
But sometimes you do want to protect the people that you know, especially when they've been good to you.
Right.
So I don't really know the ins and outs of this story. I can only give my personal commentary. But Tristan, you have the whole thing pulled up there by WWJBH.
I just want to say it's really getting kind of ridiculous. I got a text message about this yesterday from some random number about this thing, and I was like, "Are you serious? Like, are you kidding me? It's crazy."
Feels smear campaigny.
For what? For Mayor Wu. For Mayor Wu, yeah.
And it puts her in a different light. If we're trying to run a campaign based on merit and based on capabilities, I think that these kind of things really kind of take away from the work that has to be done because they're not serious. But let's get into the clip so you guys can hear.
Meant to shield the Wu administration during an election year. Marwa Kadenazar is a 26-year-old former chief of staff at Boston's Office of Police Accountability and Transparency. She says she was cut loose to shield Mayor Michelle Wu's chief of economic opportunity and inclusion, Shagun Idawu, and the mayor herself while she's facing re-election. On May 15th, Kadenazar was arrested after an apparent domestic dispute with her boyfriend, who also works for the city. But Kadenazar says the real story started hours earlier that night at a Back Bay bar when she ran into Idawu, a rising power player in Wu's administration who is also her boyfriend's boss. She says Idawu invited her to a hotel room and sent a text later that night. When she told her boyfriend about it, it sparked a confrontation that led her to call 911. A police report from the incident says at some point, Kadenazar struck an officer in the chest. Both Kadenazar and her boyfriend were arrested, and within days, both were fired, while Idawu kept his job. Kadenazar believes her firing was fast-tracked to avoid a scandal tied to one of Wu's closest advisors. And she says the city's internal review never even asked about Idawu's behavior. Meanwhile, the Wu administration says there's no harassment claim on file tied to the incident, and an internal review found no misconduct by anyone but the two fired employees.
Exactly.
But critics say the whole
Exactly. Critics say what, though?
Finish it, Tristan.
Process was rather quick. And with Mayor Wu running for re-election, the story isn't just about City Hall, but who gets protected when power's on the line. So what do you think? Was this accountability or...
What did he need protection from? Because he said, hey, girl, you having a good night?
Or, hey, girl, come to my even if he said, hey, girl, come to my hotel. You said no, right?
Right.
Did he say, if you don't come to my hotel,
I'm gonna fire your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Like he didn't say none of that. What is I don't understand.
I don't understand what the misconduct is. So I'm not I'm not trying to be a jerk about this at all. I'm really trying to figure out what the problem is. No, so even if he made an advance is illegal and worthy of getting fired, like that's what I'm saying.
He's being protected and he should have been investigated and all this. For what?
What are you gonna check his text message to see that he advanced? Okay. All right. You got into a domestic dispute with your boyfriend. You and your boyfriend got arrested. You and your boyfriend decided to tell everybody that you worked for
assaulted a police officer.
You assaulted a police officer. Right. Was this in City Hall that this happened or in the apartment?
No, it was their apartment.
So this is on your own personal time, right. And you're using your city position to try to get out of being arrested after assaulting the officer and talking all crazy, including a domestic dispute with your boyfriend.
Right, and then when that didn't work, when you being like, I work for City Hall didn't work, then you were like, oh, somebody tried to talk to me.
Oh my God, I feel like he tried to make advances of me. Okay. He's a man, and you a woman.
Did he touch you anywhere?
Did he grab you by the cooter?
Right, like what is this?
I don't know.
I don't even understand why this is news. And again, it is. Oh, you know what? You got to watch Ginny in Georgia. Oh, this is Ginny in Georgia.
Schneider said he technically didn't violate the chain of command. He didn't. He's not even her boss.
The command,
he's the boyfriend's boss.
This has None of this has anything to do with him at all.
And I think that is what the point is.
That would be like you work for City Hall and you happen to be at Hugh that night. You, a woman.
Yeah.
And you happen to be at Hugh that night and she was there and she was drunk and you were like, girl, you're cute. Your dress is cute.
And then me and Tristan go home and have a fight because I told
she'd
you.
be like, I feel away because Hot Sauce, who works for Mayor Wu, said my dress was cute.
Let's go to the next story, please.
What the hell is that?
Tristan, it's Friday. We're having a good time.
I know.
You sit over there. You sit over there. You don't got to join this conversation.
All you do is play records.
We are having a good time. This is a real live story that has made national news.
The next story don't make it any better.
I just don't like the way how we see what they're doing.
But this is why private media and independent media is real and it's important because the news will give you that side of the story. It takes us to make it make sense.
And
that's what
who
the
is that woman that
responsibility
did
is
that
on.
story?
That's she's the girl who moderated that first mayor panel. I love her, Soraya or somebody like that.
Okay.
She's lit.
Oh, okay.
I like
she's
her.
from Boston.
Yeah, she's from Boston.
Okay, I'm not familiar with her.
That's
Next story.
WGBH, yeah.
Fernandez Anderson officially resigns from Boston City Council. I mean,
I'm gonna be quiet
again. Though it's a political year. It's a political year. There has to be news about stuff that's going on in City Hall, right? So they're in this. Anything that happens in City Hall or affiliated with City Hall, I guess, is going to be under a microscope and magnified. So. Here we go. The embattled city council member will leave office on July 4th. She pleaded guilty to fraud and theft charges earlier this year. Boston City Councilor Tanya Fernandez Anderson announced Thursday that she submitted her letter of resignation about 6 months after she was first arrested on public corruption charges. Fernandez Anderson pleaded guilty last month to 1 count of wire fraud and 1 count of theft concerning a program receiving federal funds. She was accused of pocketing thousands of dollars through a kickback scheme involving a family member who was a part of her staff. The embattled councilor announced her resignation in a post on Instagram Thursday morning. Her last day at the city council will be July 4th. Why July 4th?
That's when the next session.
weekend.
And she said that's when what did she say? That's when the session ends or something?
Oh, okay. It has been one of the greatest honors in my life to serve you, my neighbors, my community, my people. Every policy I wrote, every budget line I fought for, every block I walked was rooted in love and loyalty to you. District 7, she wrote to her constituents in Roxbury, Dorchester, Fenway in the South End. Go ahead.
Boston City Councilor will plead guilty to federal corruption charges. Tanya Fernandez Anderson is facing federal fraud charges and now plans to resign.
She already resigned. So this I think this story
I called
is kind of
initially
old.
for resignation months ago.
And now.
I think they were saying she's resigning now.
No, it says this one said she plans to resign. So it's an older article.
No, I don't think so.
No, 20 hours. Oh, no, go ahead, keep on.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
Okay. Fernandez Anderson's political career was derailed last December when federal authorities indicted her on federal public corruption charges. It's a super long article. Super long.
Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah, I think that video was saying she plans as is. She already said it, but she's not resigned as of yet.
Okay.
Yeah, because that one was
Still gonna take a little.
That's June 12th. That was yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, you know what yesterday was too? Yesterday they had the big head at the ICU.
Oh, yes, I saw that. There's no volume on it. I did see that. What were they doing there? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, they moved
Did they moved it? They picked it up and moved. Oh, is it just a replica?
I think they just did a display there.
Okay. Yeah.
Not too many.
They better not move that.
Not too many white folk be going there.
You know what though? I think they do though, Triz. That area over there, that's like JP Line, and that's I think that a lot of people do probably
Have y'all
visit
ever
that.
been there, the Black Museum? There?
I haven't been in it.
I have.
You've been in it?
Yeah.
What's in there?
A long time ago, Berea had they had a Father's Day celebration, and they had the reception there, and it's just like a museum with some
Receptions.
stuff.
Even though she has pleaded guilty to federal corruption charges, Boston City Councilor Tanya Fernandez Anderson showing no sign of stepping aside, telling us after her plea hearing, maybe next month.
It looks like in June.
No, this one is definitely old.
Once we get the budget out of the way.
Yes.
Fernandez Anderson continues to collect her $120,000 a year City Hall paycheck. She has been stripped of her committee assignments, and calls continue for her to go.
She's not legally
obligated
Erin.
to, but I do think, back when we found out in
wonder if
December,
they're gonna
I
make a
said
statement,
then that I think she
a
should
joint
resign
statement.
then.
Only News Center 5 cameras were there in December when the feds arrested Fernandez Anderson at her home. She was accused of taking a $7,000 kickback from a relative on her staff inside a bathroom at City Hall. And only News Center 5 obtained video of Fernandez Anderson clearing out her office in March, a month before she told voters she'd be pleading guilty.
I've made my views clear that thought resignation should have happened earlier on. At this point, we will continue to support residents and voters and constituents in District 7.
State law says the council can't remove her until she's sentenced. Councilors point out there's nothing to stop her from stepping down on her own.
It's beyond time. She needs to resign
Uncle
and do
Fester.
what's in the best interest of her constituents, District 7 in the city of Boston.
Ed, my little Ed.
He looked like Uncle Fester in that.
He really does too.
I still want to know what happened to the family member, LaWanda says. And,
I know we never heard from the family member. She made a statement, and in her statement, she pretty much gave a rundown of the next steps, what people need to do, where people need to go. It was a very, very well written, infographic of, where she's leaving off for the next person. I know that District 7 still has a lot of people that are vying for that spot. I'm going to be scrutinizing people because that's my district, D7. And I want a good person like Tashawn. I honestly don't know anybody else.
Or Domingos.
I don't know. Domingos is a mayor.
Oh, he's wrong. That's
He's
right.
a mayor.
Right.
Yes.
So I don't know how many
lives in
people
District 7.
made it into the race, but if you do live in District 7, I implore you to go and do your research and figure out who is going. Actually, next Tuesday, what are we doing next Tuesday? Let's put something on our books. Next Tuesday.
No, we have an interview next Tuesday.
Oh Lord. Okay, next Tuesday we'll figure it out. I'll tell you guys. We'll do a whole thing on District 7. So invite all your District 7 friends, and we'll try to see how many people we can get in here, and then we'll go from there. Yes, sir.
Sounds good to me. A woman was dragged into the bushes by a knife-wielding suspect on North Shore Beach, police say. Police are asking the public to remain vigilant after a woman told officers she was attacked by a knife-wielding suspect on Tuesday night. The reported assault happened near the DCR halfway bathhouse on Nahant Beach around 9 p.m. Well, she wasn't doing out there so late. I don't know. Investigators determined a woman had been dragged into the bushes by a man armed with a knife. The victim suffered non-life-threatening lacerations. The incident remains under investigation.
That's something I feel like if you're going to be one of those people, and myself included, that do late night outside activities that that you could do by yourself. I feel like it is a due diligence to walk with some type of protection, whether it be bear spray, mace, a pew pew, whatever it is. I do believe that it is our due diligence to protect ourselves while outside in the nighttime.
Yeah.
I'll leave it right there.
The thing is, though, there
are 11 candidates, D7.
There are laws against women carrying like pepper spray or whatever here in Boston, like a taser and stuff like that.
I
Not
think
women,
you have to have a
people carry.
license for a taser, pepper spray, and a pew pew.
Yeah.
But
I know
think that
you can still get them, but
you can't get them in here though.
Yeah.
Like I tried to buy a little mace from Amazon.
Yeah.
And they say it can't be delivered to this.
Yes,
zip
because I
code.
saw that in the dog group.
Yeah.
The woman said that she walks at night and she has the stick thing that she has, and a girl from Boston tried to order it, and they were like, it can't be delivered.
Boston has some of the toughest. Some of the toughest gun laws.
Yeah.
Some of the toughest. And that's why people down here have such a big problem with two-way, because they are real tight and restricted here. Mm-hmm. But there's got to be a way that people, I have my LTC, so I could probably just go buy a mace at the store.
Yeah. Because you need an LTC to carry mace as well?
I think a taser, I think.
Okay.
Or some type of permission. I don't know, but I just know that you
Yeah,
got to
you're
have
supposed to have
something.
Okay.
Let's look that up.
I think we did it before.
You know who needed something? A Boston man was charged in connection with a brick used to fracture another man's skull out ice cream, assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, and malicious destruction of property exceeding $1,200, along with a criminal case at a Boston Municipal Court. Central, Lomax has a criminal history going back to 2009, Kevin Hayden's office determined. He was released on personal recognizance, the statement said. Judge Kimberly Foster denied the prosecutor's request that Lomax be held for a dangerousness hearing or revoke his bail. The facts here lay out a vicious attack that left the victim with serious external and internal injuries, Hayden said. Our request for a dangerousness hearing and bail revocation was entirely justified given the sheer violence underlying these allegations. Around 3:34 a.m. on May 4th, two men, Lomax and Jeffrey Satterwhite, were seen kicking a vehicle outside a Twist and Shake at 82 Revere Beach. As they damaged the car owner, 33, called 911, where Lomax approached him. The man stepped back after he saw a brick in Lomax's hand, pleading that he dropped the brick. Satterwhite was seen driving away, parking a car, and then walking up to the man before he struck him with an object believed to be a rock. After the man fell, Satterwhite struck him with the object 3 more times before Lomax ran up to the man on the ground and struck him with the brick. Wow. The man had orbital fractures, a skull fracture, and a brain bleed. He was treated at Mass General Hospital. The man was later identified, both the other men, from a photo.
This was a random attack?
Yeah. They were kicking his car. Why were they kicking his car?
Kicking his car. But on to this story, what we were just talking about. It is legal to carry a taser in Massachusetts, but it's not as simple as just buying when you need a LTC. And you must also be 21 years of age, don't have no felony convictions. The LTC allows you to purchase, possess, and carry firearms, including taser devices, for all lawful purposes. Even if you have an LTC, you can't bring yo-ish in the courts, the schools, and the airports. Yes, so that is it. So yeah, that sucks that I have to have a license to carry a taser.
Yeah.
Is it mace too? Because what's the deal with mace? Because you can't order mace either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pepper spray.
Is mace and pepper spray are two different things but do the same thing?
Basically.
Okay.
Have y'all ever smelled pepper spray? Have y'all ever been in the
you
area?
Tell me all
where
the
pepper
time.
spray?
No.
Oh, man.
No, that sounds awful.
You do have to. Oh no, you have to have a firearm identification card. A certificate from a parent or guardian is required for minors between the age of 14 and 17.
Do minors carry mace? Minors between the ages of 14 and 17 have to carry mace?
They probably should in this world that we have in there. Little day over there kicking. Remember little boy in the train station who got all punched up and robbed for his little cell phone? They maybe should.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
We'll save the children.
Man, save the children.
Oh, yeah. What else do we have in here? Ex-bouncer convicted of raping a woman at a Fenway bar.
Well, that's awful.
What you doing that for? Why'd you do that for?
Why?
Oh, where is that? Okay, here. So the ex-bouncer, Michael Campbell, was found guilty of rape and indecent assault and battery. 32-year-old Dorchester man was convicted Wednesday of raping a woman in the bathroom of a Fenway bar where he worked as a bouncer.
Disgusting.
Michael Campbell was found guilty of rape and indecent assault and battery by a Suffolk jury in Suffolk County Superior Court. The jury began deliberations on Monday. Campbell was working at the Cask and Flagon on September 11th. Damn. When around 1:51 a.m., a woman knocked on the door of the bar and asked to use the restroom. Prosecutors say Campbell let the woman inside even though the bar was closed to customers and the restaurant was being shuttered by the evening staff. Campbell walked the woman, who was focusing on her phone and unsteady on her feet, into the men's bathroom where prosecutors say he sexually assaulted her. These types of cases are always difficult, particularly for the victims, who must relive traumatic experiences in order to give jurors a full account of what happened to them.
Here goes a clip.
Offenders facing a new criminal charge for allegedly filming a woman trying on bathing suits at a Target store in Wareham.
Yeah, that's not
the alleged victim told police she saw someone holding a phone above.
But what's that one?
When was that?
The hell?
When was that?
I don't know. It says that was 1 day ago.
Oh. I didn't say nothing about that.
He was taking pictures of the woman in the Target, changing her clothes.
Have you ever tried on stuff in the Target?
Never in my life.
I remember there was a time. There's always some creepy
I feel like
people that there's always cameras being found in the bathroom.
And then behind the mirrors and stuff, right?
I feel like I've approached the fitting room section.
Yeah.
But
you always try on the clothes right outside the fitting room door.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Because I don't want to go in there. I don't want to be confined.
That's exactly what you do. Right now, closing arguments are underway in the Karen Reed case. That's happening right now live. You can watch that live. The defense, I think, rested yesterday or the day before, and I think the other ones rested after. Closing arguments in the Karen Reed retrial are being heard Friday after Judge Beverly Cannoni and lawyers agreed on the language of the instructions that will be given to the jurors. Reed, of course, is charged with killing John O'Keefe, her boyfriend. Her first case ended in a hung jury. Reed blew kisses to supporters outside the courthouse as she arrived with her attorneys. Her father, William Reed, spoke outside and said he was feeling great. She was walking out looking like a star yesterday. Mm-hmm. She is so, Ginny in Georgia is real life, okay? That's,
I'm read that.
She's
because
Ginny in
what's
Georgia.
the first one that you compare Ginny in Georgia to and this one?
To Ginny in Georgia, this City Hall thing.
Oh, okay.
Yep, the City Hall situation that's going on. I wish I wasn't here, but this is what corruption is all about. Just look at the injuries; they don't correspond to being struck by any vehicle. I want justice for John O'Keefe, but that may come at a later date. It's all about the science. This is Karen Reed's father that made that statement. The prosecution and defense will each be given an hour and 15 minutes for closing arguments. The judge also requested that jurors have a short lunch on Friday, with deliberations possibly beginning after the break. Cannoni and attorneys worked through the final language of jury instructions Thursday, with the judge emphasizing a more robust description of the presumption of innocence. She also confirmed that an instruction regarding Reed's decision not to testify would be included. So, of course, that is live right now. You guys can tune in and watch that if you'd like to after we is done here. All right, now on to some better news. Haitian American woman promoted to sergeant at BPD, a historic achievement.
In America. Yeah, right.
Historic achievement for Boston's Haitian community. She's beautiful. A momentous milestone has been reached in Boston's history by its Haitian community. Carline Desir has made history by becoming the first Haitian American woman to attain the rank of sergeant in the Boston Police Department. Oh. A landmark event took place.
She looks mad young.
She does look young.
Wow.
Place on Friday, June 6th at the Kroc Center's auditorium in Upham's Corner.
I would like to say something.
Yes.
It's 2025.
And we still got first black.
We still have first black sergeants.
Yeah.
I know that's a heavy achievement to acquire.
Well, she's the first black woman Haitian sergeant.
But okay. So there's been other black women that have made.
She's the first Haitian American woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first is the first.
Yeah.
You got that.
Yeah.
However, back to my first point. I am tired of hearing about first black anything in 2025 because why come? Why not?
Because white come.
We've already had a black president. We should have had a black everything else by now.
Everything should have all been black them 8 years.
Yep. Black ass
Nobody
administration.
Used to be a long time ago.
Can be hired for anything else unless you're black.
Imagine if Obama had only hired black people or black and brown people to work in the White House during his
That's what he was saying the other day. Imagine if he tried any of the things that this man tried. A landmark event took place on Friday, June 6th at the Kroc Center Auditorium in Upham's Corner, where a ceremony celebrated the promotion of 13 BPD officers. Among those newly elevated sergeants, one officer made history, Carline Desir, who officially became the department's first ever female sergeant of Haitian descent. At 35 years of age, Desir was the youngest officer promoted that day, but the symbolic significance of her achievement resonated deeply. When you're focused on achieving your goals, you don't necessarily consider the broader implications, she reflected after the ceremony. Now realizing I'm the first Haitian supervisor, it demonstrates how our department is evolving in terms of diversity, showing that women with diverse backgrounds are ascending to leadership positions. I'm honored to serve as an inspiration to young girls, and I aim to continue making them proud, she expressed during the ceremony, which was attended by prominent city officials, including Mayor Wu and Boston City Council President Ruth Z. Louis-Jean. Very nice. Good for her, and congratulations. 35 years old, youngest and first Haitian woman. And
I love that. And she's friggin' adorable.
Adorbs. And then a No Kings demonstration and Boston's Pride Parade are both planned for tomorrow. Dancing and resist with pride is what's going to be happening in the 85% rain weather that we are getting tomorrow.
Did I ask you guys how you guys feel about the black people resting? I feel like I did.
Black
like big controversy whether black people, like the 92% or the 84 black men percent, whatever, should we be joining in the ranks of the browns that are being targeted by the administration? Like LA got all these wars. When you go in there, people are like, yo, black people, this is not our time. This is not our time to be out here. Everybody's threatening arrestatures and shootings and killings and all kind of stuff. And they're like, yo, black people, chill. We did our job. We did our job. How do you guys feel about that?
I think I first started hearing about that like right after Donald Trump won, and a lot of black women had decided that they were going to rest because they had fought for a lot and were greatly disappointed by the results of what they fought for.
And that's what they want us to do, is to be discouraged.
I mean, and I don't think that it's being discouraged. I think it's just like you don't got to be on the forefront.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to, I guess, especially when it comes to this particular demographic, which is the Latin American demographic, who overwhelmingly...
Oh, you're talking about the ICE situation. Okay.
The ICE situation. The ICE situation in particular, who overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump. They even increased their numbers that they voted for him from the first time. So in general, they were the catalyst that helped propel his platform to what it is. So now he has turned on them. We're like Latins for Trump and the organization for this. Oh, we shall vote for Donald Trump. Like those people, the Venezuelans, they're now like, oh my God.
Did that happen? What you just did?
That music?
Yeah.
Hold on. We shall vote for Donald Trump. Latins vote for song.
Not familiar with that at all.
I can't get it out of my head.
No speaking Spanish.
Yeah, so like that demographic really pushed for, Donald Trump, because they don't like immigrants who didn't come here the right way and all kind of stuff like that, and we need to close our borders and blah blah blah. So I guess I'm trying to figure out like where should we stand, and how do the rest of you guys feel about that?
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, tomorrow what's happening is that there's if you don't get out of my ear with that foolishness, wow.
All right.
I will vote. We shall vote for Donald Trump. Hey.
All right.
We shall vote for Donald Trump.
Bless your heart.
Okay. Protests against
Just like
President Donald Trump and his administration are planned nationwide on Saturday, but in Boston, organizers say the No Kings demonstration will look a little different since the day of action coincides with the city's Pride Parade and Festival. Nationwide No Kings protests on Saturday are happening in relation to Trump's birthday and a military parade he's promoting in Washington, D.C., recognizing the 250th birthday of the Army. Instead of designated separate protests in Boston, organizers are asking demonstrators to gather alongside the Pride Parade route to support the resilience of our community at Boston Pride for the People. The group's Mass 5501 with the Indivisible Mass Coalition are sponsors of Boston Pride 2025 and will have a contingent marching in the parade on Saturday, as well as a table at the Pride Festival on Boston Common. Marching in the parade on Saturday is not open to the public, only to participating organizations. Join us in a joyous defiance of a mad king, Mass 50501 organizers wrote on June 14th. Mass 50501, an Indivisible Mass Coalition in partnership with Boston Pride for the People, invite you to dance, sing, and resist with pride as our coalition rises to resist tyranny all across America. Our Boston LBGTQIA plus Community, well, the two isn't in this, what they say. It's not in their statement.
No
they didn't put them two.
two-spirited?
No.
Wow.
Community will rise to celebrate resilience in the face of targeted malice and erasure. So that is what is going on there. So that should be very, very, very interesting. You know what also happened the other day? In Donald Trump, there was a performance of Les Miserables at the Kennedy Center. I don't know if this is happening. There was a performance happening of Les Miserables at the Kennedy Center.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have been boycotting
that.
the Kennedy Center. Famously, Hamilton and Lin-Manuel, they were like, we're not coming there. And a lot of people have just avoided doing things there. It was attended by Donald Trump, who said that Les Miserables is one of his favorite plays.
He doesn't even know what that is.
He doesn't know what it's about because it's about overthrowing the king in France, who was crazy. But he said that he loved it and whatever. It was, there was a parade of drag queens that attended and walked in and paraded in during the performance.
Good.
And
I'm
that
surprised they didn't get
tossed
pushed to the
out,
ground
right?
and arrested.
Yeah, so that happened the other day. But anyhow, that was our local news. There was lots of it. We've got lots of other good news for you. Our entertainment news is quite entertaining. We got Shaquille O'Neal, Nelly and Ashanti, Justin Bieber, Antonio Brown. Everybody's in the entertainment news. But before we get to that, we have to talk to you about things that happened nationally yesterday. So pause. Please.
We're going to take a quick commercial break.
Quick commercial break. Saucy and Friends in the morning.
What is this, Doctor? This is well, Spark. Of New England, Spark FM.
B-Soca is bringing you vibes, culture, and community connections all summer long, and we want you to be a part of it. In honor of Caribbean Heritage Month, we're kicking off the celebrations. Join us at the return of B-Soca's annual Jamboree, Sunday, June 15th, 2 to 6 p.m. at Franklin Park Shattuck Picnic Area. A full day of fun, games, prizes, dancing, music, and more. Walk with your lawn chair.
Praise the Lord, City of Boston. This is Brother Chris right here on Spark FM.
Come on, sing it.
Bringing you Sunday morning worship each and every Sunday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Let's get our praise on.
Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibes. My name is Gary Banton alongside my co-host Big Trini right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the number one place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturdays from 6 to 9 p.m. It's the Avenue.
Got a side hustle you want to turn into a real business? Thinking of expanding your brand or launching your next big idea? Then this is for you. It's Vibes and Ventures, a 3-part Caribbean business series designed to empower you, the entrepreneurs, creatives, and small business owners of our community. Join us at the Spark Media and Culture Center, 1195 Blue Hill Ave, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And yes, it's completely free. June 5th, getting your paperwork right. June 12th, brick and mortar and commercial acquisitions. June 26th, marketing and social media strategy. Meet some of Boston's most successful Caribbean entrepreneurs, get expert advice, and build the connections you need to take your hustle to the next level. This is your moment. Don't miss it. Vibes and Ventures.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Friends Lifestyle Group presents their 9th annual Togetherness Boat Ride. It's the Animal Print Edition. Happens to be Saturday, July the 19th. Boarding times at 7 p.m. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. There's going to be 2 floors of music. Your Latin DJ, DJ Sergio, DJ Alfredito, DJ Yomi. And your Caribbean DJ, Hugh Major, and Vital Rhythms. Featuring live performances by Your Fugo, Junta Group, and Tempo Rhythm International. Sound system provided by Ross Entertainment. This is all going to be taking place. Roseland.com. Regular tickets are $65. Same day tickets are $75. It's a 21 plus event. And do remember there's a drinks inclusive party bus available to and from the dock for only $60. For more information, contact 617-719-3972 or 646-379-4889. It's a 9th annual Togetherness Boat Ride. Get your tickets now.
Get ready for an unforgettable night of harmony, joy, and powerful praise. It's the Foster Triplets in concert Friday, June 14th. 3 voices, 1 anointed sound, 1 night to lift your spirit. Live and in person, featuring special guests, the Oak Street Praise Team and Angels Melody. Don't miss this soul-stirring celebration. It's more than music, it's ministry in motion. Friday, June 14th, 2025 at 6 p.m., the Waymark Church, 1048 Dorchester Avenue. For tickets,
Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present the Boston New Works Festival, taking place June 26th to June 29th at the Calderwood Pavilion and the Boston Center for the Arts. The Boston New Works Festival is a weekend-long festival of celebrating new original plays by local playwrights. 7 original plays, 5 different stages, and 1 wild weekend. Tickets are $25 per show. Pay what you wish. Tickets are available at the box office. Get your tickets now at BostonTheaterScene.com. That's June 26th to June 29th. The Boston New Works Festival.
Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information. Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you no mess with the way you are gonna see a million. We got it gon' go long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. No say we are for win, yeah. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip hop.
Yeah, we on and we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats. And much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. You know what I try to do no matter what song it is, I try to come in on the beat. But I'm not rapping and I'm not singing, so I'm not sure why that is important.
You are
to me.
maybe you're doing like spoken word.
Yes, I'm a spoken word artiste. Hey everybody, we got a little special surprise in the studio today. We have one of our favorite Spark Nation teams members in here. We finally met Fresh Jan. The reason, out of control, Fresh Jan. You guys seen him in the comment section many times. Just saying words and doing things. And we are here with Fresh Jan. Welcome, Fresh Jan, to Spark FM.
Thanks for the invite. Actually, you threw it out. You was like, "Yo, you gotta come up here." So I said, I'm gonna leave work and I'm gonna just come up here."
Good.
What up, work?
What up, work?
Thanks for letting me out when I want.
Do not blame us. All right? I can't offer you no goddamn job.
Listen.
It is what it is. I'm up here now. Y'all might as well go ahead and roll them W-2s out. With that I-9.
Thank you for joining us. It is great meeting you. We look forward to your commentary every day. So.
Yeah, you know. I'm saying,
Where's Fresh Jan at here with his commentary?
What he got to say now?
Shut up, Fresh Jan.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the radio station. I love what you guys do.
Thank you.
I think it's real, and you know, just because I don't agree with y'all doesn't mean I don't like the show.
And you do tune in every day, so I think that's more telling than anything else.
I know,
and we
but
appreciate
you're like
you.
a new listener though. You just started listening to us not too
Yeah,
long ago.
you're right about whatever I started talking.
Yeah, because he came in like, I'm here. Oh, I like this shit. I'm gonna stay here. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, and he ain't never left.
Yeah, sometimes I be skipping my meetings at work. I be having meetings. They be calling. I'll show you
They're
the
like,
text.
well, my show
They be
is
like, yo,
on.
we have a meeting at 10 o'clock meeting. I'm like, yo, listen, can we speed this up?
Tell all of them to tune in so that they know what you be listening to.
No, because then they gonna hear how he is.
Oh, no. They already, I'm sure they know.
No, y'all be reading it. Y'all be reading them. That's why.
That's true.
We gotta say it.
But I'm here for the community. I'm here to help all these females out here. I'm here to help these guys with the females out here.
We're gonna get into Fresh Jan's list of things that bees do later, okay, for our discussionary topics. But in the meantime, so we can speed it up, we're gonna keep on rolling through this show. It's time for our national news. And we'll figure out what's going on in the nationals. We'll probably just go through headlines because y'all crazy out here. They are threatening to kill to unalive. I think that's what we say now, right? To unalive J.D. Vance and Donald Trump.
I mean, you can read what he said, quote unquote.
He said, "I will murder that stupid effer." Trump and Vance assassination threat suspect said if POTUS or VP came to mission, they'd leave in a body bag. Yeah. I mean, say that.
Backspace, delete.
Yeah, like, okay. That's my statement. I said what I said.
That's what he said.
A Michigan man has been arrested for allegedly threatening to assassinate their president and the vice president, whoever those may be, in a social media post, saying that if either of them ever returned to his city, they would be leaving in a body bag. The suspect's name is James Donald Vance Jr., aka J.D. Vance.
J.D. Vance.
Which is awesome. Not to be confused with the current sitting vice president, James David J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
Oh, this is James Donald, James David. Was taken into custody this week and charged with 1 count of threatening to kill or injure the president and vice president of the United States and 2 counts of sending an interstate threatening communication. I didn't know that was a thing. According to an indictment filed on Wednesday in the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Michigan, federal authorities are alleging that James Vance, the threatener, James Vance, posted the threat online using the social media platform Blue Sky. The indictment states that James Vance knowingly and willfully threatened to take the life of or to inflict bodily harm upon the president and vice president of the United States.
That is so. The irony of that whole thing is so crazy.
Yeah.
That is his name and that is what he said.
And his whole quote is, "If Trump, Vance, or Musk ever come to my city again, they will leave in a body bag. Yes. I will either be shot by a Secret Service sniper or spend the rest of my life in prison. I'm only got 10 years of life left anyways, so I don't effing care either way."
Yeah. I ain't got nothing to lose.
And
don't
you know
matter
what?
to me.
I ain't got nothing to say to that, man.
Yeah.
I wish you the best of luck as you deal with whatever they're gonna do with you right now, and blessed be to you, because you said what you said.
Yeah,
you said what you said, and
I'm not. This is the charge of threatening to kill the president carries a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison, as well as a fine of up to $250,000. Yeah, like well, it's just a threat.
Yeah, I feel like he should. I feel like they should let him earn his jail time. A talk is the talk. Until he acts upon that, then that's what it is. I threaten to kill people every day, B.
A day.
A day.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Exclusive Trump administration tells migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela their legal status is now terminated.
Yeah.
Don't say.
Can you just do that?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Oh, well, he can.
I mean, I can say
Nobody else
you.
can.
I can say to you, you are not my sister.
Sure, that's all right.
You my sister now.
The Department of Homeland Security on Thursday told hundreds of thousands of migrants that their permission to live and work in the United States has been revoked and they should leave the country, according to a copy of the notice obtained by CNN. The termination notice...
You gave him a pink slip.
Hope nobody at Farmer's Market get me mad.
2 weeks.
Walk of papers. I know, right? How come we haven't heard about ICE sweeping down in Mattapan Square?
No, not a square, but they was on Blue
Because
Hill.
I think Mattapan Square will fight them.
By
Yeah.
by the 03Cs.
Yeah.
ICE was over there about about a week and a half ago.
No, sir.
Yeah.
The termination notice was addressed to nationals of Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela who came to the United States through a Biden-era parole program. More than 500,000 people from those countries benefited from the program, though it's unclear how many have since sought other forms of immigration relief while in the United States. The notice, according to DHS, was sent to email addresses provided by those in the program.
Damn.
This notice informs you that your parole is now terminated. The notice reads, if you do not leave, you may be subject to enforcement act, not limited to detention and removal, without an opportunity to make personal arrangements and return to your country in an orderly manner. So if you go back to your country, we will make it hell for you to get there again.
That is crazy.
That's insane.
If you don't get up and leave right now, we're gonna send you to El Salvador.
The notice also states that the work permits linked and directs parolees to return those permits to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Office. Oh, let me just get my permit so I can take it in to the office so you can what? Detain me?
Detain them.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah.
I can't. If I give you that, I can't get back out because now I'm not legal to be here. You madawa.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The program became a political flashpoint as Republicans argued the administration was misusing parole authority and overreached its established the program for those countries. That's just racist and that's just stupid.
And he needs to be arrested for that.
Yeah.
That has to be some kind of treason against the country for him to be acting that way.
There was a president. Is that in here? A president. Somebody from Canada is calling for a indictment on Donald Trump.
Oh, good.
Toddlers are. Well, this is.
Yeah.
Toddlers are having to represent themselves in immigration court. This is a story that's been going around for a bit of months. What they're basically once the parents. What is the story again?
There's a little video there and there's a little write-up too.
It was a while ago. Let's see. In New York City, migrant children as young as 4 years old are being forced to appear in immigration court alone without a lawyer or guardian by their side. Many of them attend these hearings virtually from shelters, confused and scared, trying to navigate a legal system that even adults struggle to understand. The reason we're here is because the government of the United States wants you to leave the United States, somebody told a group of about a dozen children during a virtual hearing. It's my job to figure out if you have to leave. The judge says the number of unaccompanied children in court without a lawyer has gone from 30% to 60%. In the U.S. immigration court systems, individuals, including unaccompanied migrant children, do not have a right to government-appointed counsel. While they are entitled to hire an attorney at their own expense, there is no provision.
Who, the babies?
There is no provision for free legal representation, even for minors. This crisis has gotten worse after a $200 million federal contract that funded legal aid for accompanied minors were terminated by President Trump, of course. Now thousands of children face the risk of deportation without legal guidance. In 2022, the number of unaccompanied migrant children in America rose to 192,000.
192,000.
You could tell me what it is about the children. What did the children do wrong that they have to get out to? Like what? I thought this was on violent rapists, criminals, and murderers and traffickers and stuff like that. Which this 4-year-old boy that's swinging his foot with his little chancletas on is a violent criminal?
I don't know. That's real footage because that's from a documentary, Unaccompanied Alone in America from 2018. That is wild.
You must want to fearmonger everybody.
Yeah. It's silly because that's such a gross waste of time because you clearly are bored as the president. You don't have nothing else to do. Nothing. What you gonna say, Fresh Jan?
No, I'm just listening right now.
Oh.
I'm not behind the keyboard right now where I can just be punching away. So I don't want people.
I will fly over this countertop today because I think I threaten you every day.
Yeah, this is different. This is different.
This story is not his wheelhouse.
So, along with crashes that we were talking, well, that first one was not a crash because I'm still trying to figure out what the hell happened.
Nothing.
Rolled in the grass. I rolled too much in the lane, and now I got the investigation. The whole
and they have to
city shut down.
Yeah.
Survivor found after Air India jet crashes, killing 246 people. There was one sole survivor.
Yeah.
He said he just opened the emergency thing and jumped out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
they make him a god in India and worship him because they'd be like, "What are you made of?" That's crazy.
I'm trying to read fast into it. So
I think is there a video?
I think it's not anything in there.
there a
There's
video?
a video of the crash. Is it the video of the crash? So an Air India airliner carrying 230 passengers and 12 crew into building shortly after taking off on Thursday, leaving 246 dead and at least one surviving passenger. The flight, which departed from where it departed from at 13:38 hours, was carrying 242 passengers and crew members on board the Boeing 787-8 aircraft. The airline said in a statement posted on social media, of these, 169 are Indian nationals, 53 are British nationals, 1 Canadian national, and 7 Portuguese nationals.
Tristan has a video right
Okay,
now.
let's go.
Should we put the...
Huh? What happened?
There's
more. The victims included 241 passengers and crew members. The civil hospital, he said, our planes crashed. I don't know where my brother is. I don't see any other passengers. I don't know how I'm alive, how I exited the plane, the man said. Just hearing about the crash, I'm scared to fly now, to even stay on a plane now. What? How did he get out? The civil hospital
he said he was seated near an exit row.
One of the passengers of the downed Air India flight is alive and hospitalized.
Turn your laptop down, Tony.
Your laptop. I'm trying to just kind of get to what happened, and I can't see it.
The video right there says everything.
Okay.
The video's not. Which one?
Yes.
The next article. The next thing right after that.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't looking there at all.
A video here.
Yeah, I said the next one.
No. That's not it. That's it?
It's not
Survivor of Air India crash used emergency exit to jump out. Yeah.
All right. Second survivor. Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Okay. So just press that button right there. And it's a commercial. So while we're commercial, I will lift us up in song.
Oh, Jesus.
Let me see what I'm going to sing.
Go ahead. Do this one. Go to the freestyle off this.
Oh, it's freestyle. Let me catch the beat.
Catch it. Catch it, girl. Catch it, girl. Reach around and get that thing.
Hey, you would I be so? You would I be so? You would I be so? You would I be so?
Ain't got that video yet?
Everybody.
Got the video now.
Everybody.
They both the same.
Everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Lord.
And thank you for coming to my concert.
Now stands at 246, 241 on the Air India jet, 5 on the ground. And from the tragedy comes a story of survival. One passenger right there made it out of the wreckage alive. Chief International Correspondent James Longman has the latest from Mumbai. Good morning, James.
Yeah, good morning, Robin. The mood here is stunned disbelief. How could such a modern plane essentially just fall out of the sky? The NTSB is on their way here to India to help the Civil Aviation Authority with its investigation. And this as one man survived.
I think he was on that plane for real.
An urgent investigation is underway this morning to determine how an Air India jet carrying 230 passengers and 12 crew crashed just after takeoff, killing everyone but one on board. Stunning video filmed from a nearby building shows the jet ascend briefly before disappearing below the tree line, and then an enormous fireball. The plane took off just after 1:30 Thursday afternoon and was headed for London's Gatwick Airport. Moments later, the aircraft plummeted to the ground near the Ahmedabad airport. Smoke from the tragedy seen for miles. Firefighters hosing down the smouldering wreckage. Part of the plane seen hanging out of the medical college it crashed into.
Yeah.
Here you can see the back tyre sticking out of a building and a desperate rush to find survivors.
I thought, I don't know if maybe he's joking or what.
Akash Vatsa was on the same plane a flight earlier from Delhi to Ahmedabad.
Dreamliner 787.
Sharing this footage from inside the aircraft.
I was in so much of shock. My father, my friend, they were also like traumatized.
Through the tragedy, miraculously, a sole survivor, seated in 11A, an emergency row seat. Astonishingly, he's seen here walking away from the crash. Vishwash Kumar Ramesh remains hospitalized. His family, meanwhile, beyond grateful.
When he was on the runway, my dad called him and Vishwash said, "Oh, we're going to take off soon." And then literally like 2 minutes later, he video called my dad. As he crashed, he said, "Oh, our plane's crashed." All of that. I don't know where my brother is. I don't see any other passengers. I don't know how I'm alive, how I exited the plane.
Although Ramesh was seated in that emergency row seat, experts say there's no safest seat on passenger planes. This is the first fatal crash involving a Boeing Dreamliner since it entered service in 2011.
Pay for it.
Aviation experts raising concerns about the engines after seeing the nose of the plane pointed up in the moments before disaster, pointing to an issue of thrust.
These jets are built to be very carefully.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my son called me and said, "Dad, I just jumped out of a plane or survived a plane." Yeah, okay. I would have hung up. I ain't got time for this.
Because that plane also killed 5 people on the ground.
Yeah,
and 14 people in the building.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, there was more people who was in the building.
But this one man was like, "I just went out the exit door." I don't understand.
Did he go out the exit door when it crashed, or he went out the exit door as it was crashing?
He fell out before it crashed.
Before it crashed.
How?
He jumped out, opened the door, and jumped.
I'm gonna try that. I don't know what to say. I don't
try it with me.
I don't know. I just feel like I'm a little fragile and brittle. You know, just break up in pieces. I'm off the plane.
I don't have no will to live.
I wonder if he tucked and rolled.
Oh God, everybody else did and just died.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna pray for y'all.
That is crazy. Black couple says Starbucks refused to help them during a medical emergency because they didn't get in line. Starbucks still acting up, huh?
That's why they had to shut down all the Starbucks that time for 2 days so they could get some racial training.
Some sensitivity training.
And now y'all still doing foolishness.
A Richmond, Virginia couple was shocked when the Starbucks employee turned them away during a life-threatening health scare. According to the news, Kevin and Nelisa Kay had date night plans to see a comedy show on March 30th. Before the show, Kevin, who was a stage 4 kidney failure, began to feel uneasy and alerted his wife. He just started sweating. He's like, "I don't feel too well." He started leaning over and then he started vomiting. A man requested a cup of water at Starbucks during since this wasn't the pair's first experience having an episode like this, Nelisa knew what to do. She noticed a Starbucks nearby, rushed in and notified the customers in line that her husband was having a medical emergency and needed some water. Patrons waiting to order were empathetic and allowed her to skip the front of the line. When she told the barista the situation, they denied her service, telling her to wait in line like everyone else. I pointed back because you could see Kevin and I was like, "That's my husband right there. He's in stage 4 kidney failure. I just need water fast for him." And the employee looked at me dead in my eye hole and was like, "You need to get in line." And then I repeated what I said. I'm like, "But my husband, he's in kidney failure. We just need ice water quickly." And he looked at me one more again inside of my face. And he said to me, "You need to get in line." She then noticed a Capital One cafe, so she ran inside and was immediately offered assistance and given a cup of water. First and foremost, we're glad, blah, 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 blah. It would have took Jesus himself to come over here.
Why she didn't go over the counter? I don't understand.
This is where I'm at.
That's one of them situations where you got to go over the counter.
And then after he got the water and I settled him down, I would have went back in and I would have jumped over the counter, landed on their face, and I would have gotten arrested because I would have had to get arrested to justify my husband. I don't care. Arrest me. Police, I'm on the phone while I'm soaring over the counter. Police, I'm soaring over the Starbucks counter. You should probably come get me.
Like the man jumped on the judge. Jumped on the judge.
Exactly. Like fly over and attack him. I'm in line, nigga. Like, what do you mean?
I hope he gets fired and arrested for attempted murder.
Attempted murder.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Carrie, let me see. How is Starbucks addressing this?
They're gonna have a class like they usually do. They're gonna hold ethical classes.
We apologize, but we're going to retrain our staff.
We've been in touch with this customer over the past few weeks to listen, apologize, and make this right. And we hope to welcome them back to the store of their choice to give them the Starbucks experience.
Yeah, we know. We want free Starbucks for life.
For life.
We
Starbucks
hope to give them a Starbucks experience.
Nah, that's enough. That's enough.
As we continue to train our conduct statement continues. We are working to ensure that everyone who visits our store has a great experience and training partners to communicate openly and from a place of kindness, compassion, and consideration for their patrons when determining how to proceed when a guest makes a request outside of our policies. If a customer communicates a request related to restroom access or water due to the medical, health, or accessibility issue, we are committed to providing appropriate accommodations. ChatGPT, let it rest, okay? Because you don't, I shouldn't have to train you to be a human being. I didn't ask for a grande cappuccino with 2 squirts of caramel and a foam whipped topping. I don't know how y'all do that. Mm-hmm. But I asked you for a glass of water because my husband is dying in the back of me. And you don't give it to me. Nothing should have happened except a straight and forward hood rat beatdown in that store. And that's terrible. Mm-hmm. I promote violence.
I feel like that's the only time when people listen.
Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
their hands on them.
Yeah.
When you're real nice and kind, people will overlook you all day, all night.
She was probably in a state of shock, too.
Yeah.
Like, wait, maybe I didn't hear you right.
Because at one point, I think my brain would have been like, all right, just go get it yourself. Because
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Right.
What are we doing?
And doesn't Starbucks have just water pitchers outside of? I don't know. I don't
No.
go to Starbucks. I don't drink.
That's Purple Cactus.
Oh, it is Purple Cactus.
Yep.
No.
Do you drink? You're a coffee drinker?
No.
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 I don't know nothing about Starbucks. I don't know nothing about Starbucks. I go into Starbucks and be like, I don't know what's getting here. Give me the pink drink.
I'm off life.
Oh,
I'm
get
natural
on.
off life, baby.
Hey, I hear
don't
you.
need no Starbucks. Forget
Oh.
that. And then $9 cups.
Nitro.
Police officers seeking court order to hang January 6th plaque on the Capitol.
So the headline is very, very misleading.
So tell me what this is.
It's the actual police officers that were defending the Capitol that day.
Yeah.
Want to hang a plaque.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't think
Yeah.
that. I thought that it was they want.
I remember reading the headline at first. I think I read it in the WhatsApp group. Reading it, and I was like, Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's
But
what
then after I read it a couple times, I was like, oh,
Yes.
the police want to hang a plaque. I don't think he's gonna let them because that would be admitting that
they have to get permission from him.
I guess so.
Oh.
After Congress passed the law,
Speaker Johnson.
the politics of January 6th began to change. Donald Trump began to call the attack on the Capitol a day of love, and said that the cops should be charged and the protesters should be freed. The lawsuit said, as Trump's political. Nope. We're gonna just go into the entertainment because this is entertaining. This is I don't want to hear anything about Trump today. I'm tired.
That's fair.
Because
Friday.
because it's a lot of foolishness. It's a lot of foolishness, and I'm not really understanding how come a local cop how come somebody hasn't even made a citizen's arrest. Yeah. There's somebody in the building that they all be at that should have a pair of handcuffs and go make a citizen's arrest on the president. They should first citizens arrest all the Secret Service and then citizens arrest him. Yes, that's what I think. I agree.
The only way he's gonna take it, you gotta let him know he's special.
If he lose, we all lose. He's our president.
He's yours.
He's yours.
Always.
He's not mine. Absolutely not.
My president is black. My Lambo's blue.
Oh, okay, Lambo.
I don't know what you talking about.
I did not like him. No. He's like a unwanted body count. Like absolutely, that never happened.
I need him to win because if he don't win, it's gonna be ugly for all of us for real.
Like how?
Win if you ain't right with
Don't let him do it to y'all. Don't even let him do it to y'all.
For real.
What's your problem?
He don't know what he's talking about.
Don't y'all listen
Trump
to
don't
Fresh
know what
Jen?
It was coming.
I mean, War's coming because of him. He's gonna start the wars.
Look, and we need to guide him the right way.
He's not guidable.
We don't even have the National Guard to protect us if the war comes because he sent them all to California to police the people. So you better hope that a war is not coming, Fresh Jan. You better hope so.
You better hope so.
The entertainment, like I said, the entertainment news is pretty entertaining. So
Let's go. Let's tag team.
Shaquille O'Neal agrees to pay a staggering $1.8 million settlement in a lawsuit that also includes Steph Curry and Tom Brady. And what is that about? Shaquille O'Neal.
I think, go ahead.
An NBA Hall of Famer and business magnate has agreed to pay $1.8 million settlement to resolve a class action lawsuit tied to his endorsement of the now collapsed cryptocurrency platform FTX. The suit, which targets several high-profile athletes, also names Steph Curry and Tom Brady as defendants. O'Neal is among the first to settle in the legal proceedings that allege misleading promotion to the exchange. His payment comes amid broader scrutiny over celebrity involvement in crypto advising as investors pursue accountability following FTX's dramatic downfall. It seems like he was just like, here.
Yeah.
Here's $1.8 million.
And okay.
Yeah.
It's a class action, so shoot. Everybody relax. Everybody's only going to get about 27 cents.
38 cents. Shaquille O'Neal has paid. Remaining athletes and celebrities in the litigation include Tom Brady, Steph Curry, and David Ortiz, and they could still be on the hook for billions in damages. I don't know what that's about.
Nelly and Ashanti get real about their relationship. It's not perfect. In We Belong Together reality show, watch the trailer. I am 175% completely and utterly uninterested in these two people.
Yeah.
Nelly and Ashanti. I was excited about them reuniting and having their children and whatever. There's nothing ever that I've ever wanted less than watching Ashanti and Nelly.
How old is Ashanti?
Huh?
How old is Ashanti?
Let's see.
She's like 37, 38.
30-something.
39, 40.
I don't know.
37.
I find
20
Nelly
years ago.
Even after all of this Trump thing, I find Nelly to be absolutely repulsive.
Nelly, and speaking of that, did you see on the BET Awards how they made all those highlights about Snoop and the stuff that he was doing? Oh, she's 44. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, she old lady.
Man, hope that baby come out good.
She already had the baby.
Oh, she did?
Good.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But they said she might be pregnant again right now.
Damn, that was quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Who's
because
the
the baby's
daddy?
8 months old. Her husband, Nelly.
Oh.
Nelly's 50.
I'm from Dorchester, so the women around there run a little different.
Oh, God. We'll get into that. We will get into that.
Yeah,
foolishness.
What'd you say, Tristan? Yeah, they have.
There was a lot going on just now. I'm trying to figure it out.
It's an 8-episode series. They will go behind the scenes of Nelly and Shanti's lives as they rekindle their love, navigate the ups and downs of being newlyweds and new parents, and juggle their careers.
Do you think there's a market for that? Are there people who care?
No, nobody
There's
cares.
people that care for everything.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tristan's very right. There is a market out there for anything. Am I their target audience? Absolutely not.
Let Donald Trump.
It looks.
I mean, but that looks like 0 in 5 people in this room want to see that show. The stats are bad. That's really awful.
Very.
What's next?
Antonio Brown is wanted for attempted murder.
I'm surprised it's only now.
Murder.
Because this can't be the first time. Last month's incident in a Miami boxing event involving former NFL receiver Antonio Brown resulted in no arrest at the time. That's about to change. David O'Valley of the Washington Post reports that a warrant has been issued for Brown's arrest, accusing him of attempted murder with a firearm. The warrant requires him to post $10,000 bond and to remain under house arrest pending trial. Brown had claimed he was jumped at the event and he was released after telling the authorities his side of the story. Videos posted to social media seem to include the sound of gunfire. The warrant cites witnesses who claim Brown was the shooter. Police detectives reportedly obtained footage of what appears to be Brown punching another man before taking the gun of a security officer and running towards the man Brown had punched. Per the warrant, cell phone video shows a pair of gunshots as Brown approached the victim.
I'm happy about this.
He went, punched the man to the ground, then went to the security guard, took the security guard's gun, came back and shot the man?
Yes. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the man was trying to rob him for his chain too. I was trying to take Antonio Brown's chain and he wasn't having it. I seen the video. It was pretty good.
It was pretty.
It was pretty good. Too bad he aimed right, shot left. That's the only difference. Grazed him on the neck.
Can we find the video? Because I want to see it. Because you know what? I'm not at all.
But this one it says the victim says he was possibly grazed in the neck. Was he grazed in the neck or was he not?
Possibly. It could be glass, like Tory Lanez.
Oh. He said he allegedly said that after the initial fight had been broken up, Brown began to run towards him with a firearm and shot twice. The victim said he was possibly grazed in the neck. Brown spent and all of that stuff, whatever. It is clear that Brown faces a very serious charge, which could result in his incarceration for an extended period of time. That's wild. That's a wild story.
He needs to be in jail.
Yeah.
He's a menace to
former
society.
Falcons head coach who earned that job because he did a good enough job with the Titans offense. After 3 years in Atlanta, he was fired. He landed in Pittsburgh. North Carolina wanted him. He was the first choice for the North Carolina job. That was reported by The Athletic a couple of months ago. They wanted him before they pivoted to Bill Belichick. Arthur Smith, in his second year in Pittsburgh as the OC. Here he is from yesterday on the arrival of his new quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
What does it say? What's this about?
Yeah, this is not the same thing.
This is Aaron Rodgers playing for Pittsburgh. Kids about that washed up old man.
This is a commentary video situation here. What the blood part? Oh, here it is. Just go to that one. It's long, but it breaks up a little bit. That one in the bottom, HTTPS, your tubes. Because I want to see a little. You might have to scrub it a little bit to find out where the places are that we need to see. Because you see, he's commentating with his big.
Well, it's looking bad, man. It's looking bad.
Let's do a little scrub it up.
Let's see. Oh, look, a little piece of it right there. Oh, right here. Is this woman in this red?
Where is it? I can see it.
Walk in.
What are you looking at?
Oh, I heard it. He did it.
Yeah, because you can see him running with the pistol in his hand.
Ooh, retch around.
You can see him
Tristan.
running with the pistol back. Oh my God! They probably got
boots on his feet.
Right there. All right. So which one is he? Oh, he's this one with the. Okay. Who's taping this? Oh, there he goes. Oh, he's in that big clothes. Yeah, he was just running with the gun.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah, he did it.
Oh, because you can see him running with the pistol in his hand.
Same, mister. I agree.
Is that it now?
Yeah. No, that's it. Leave that. That's with that. He did it. He should be completely arrested by the full extent of the law, and I will witness. I saw it. Saw it all happen.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I know. I seen it. Justin Bieber is on the verge of being placed in a conservatorship by his wife Haley as she's tortured by his increasingly wacky behavior.
Yeah, he's been going crazy.
Yeah, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It is.
Yeah, and it might be a little ketamine.
No.
Tussie. It's the
pink.
tussie.
The pink.
Yeah.
Was
The
he,
pink.
what do you call it? A baby prodigy, something.
Who? Yeah, he was a teen child star.
I honestly think that this Diddy trial is messing with him really, really bad.
Yeah, because I think that he wants to say a lot of things.
Yeah,
and he
he's
cannot.
haunted
So
by
why
what's
didn't they
going
call
on.
him up?
Because he probably there's a lot of people that didn't call up because they probably like, no, we're not bringing his name into it or whatever. But he's been a little cooked since he's been cooked in general. Yeah. But he's been sauteed with this Diddy trial.
Yeah, but Diddy didn't do nothing that
marinated.
Diddy never did nothing to nobody that nobody didn't want done to them.
That's not true.
It's very true.
He was very, very underage when Diddy had him sliding across that big old bed in the Hamptons.
Okay, but he wanted it though.
He's 12. He has no idea what he wanted.
Oh yeah, we got to dig. We got to dig deep into this.
And you know, with that,
this.
I was talking to them the other day about the difference between some of the witnesses, and I'm glad that you're here for that. Mm-hmm. I can agree with your saying when it comes to 50 Cent's baby mama.
Yes.
I believe that she did it all for self-pleasure, and I don't believe that she got half of the things that Cassie got. I think that in Cassie's situation, at one time, you know, she was like 50's baby mama. Mm-hmm. Like, these are the things, you're offering me all of these things. I'm young, I'm dumb, I want that life. I don't ever think in my life there is somebody that wants to be punched in the face repeatedly. I don't care what you give me. I don't care what you give me.
I think
you
that's
can't
also
tell me that somebody want me to get punched in the face and kicked in the back.
The big difference too was that Cassie, although she was legal when they started being together, she was still a minor.
Yeah, she was a
And-
minor.
You can't be legal and a minor.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
You can.
No, maybe not a minor, but she was a very,
She was a
very young
teenager.
adult. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, young adult, but not a minor.
And still a teenager.
Her frontal lobe was not developed, and this woman's frontal lobe is fully developed.
Yep.
She
And
was
you-
very conscious of her decisions and how they and the
Y'all let
impact
it-
that they
y'all
would
let it-
have.
And you know
y'all
what?
I
let
don't think
y'all into this.
Cassie
We don't
had
got
that
too much time because we got the kids there.
thing
You
too.
know? So, and we had to.
We ain't gonna rush our show for
we
the
never got
children.
into the Justin Bieber story.
We did.
Oh, that was it? I
Yeah,
thought y'all
that was
done.
it. He's getting
Okay.
he's doing a conservatorship because he's crazy and his
Yeah.
wife wants. So nobody, you have to be who gets to decide if somebody gets to get a conservatorship?
Next of kin.
It can't be. Wendy Williams' next of kin didn't have. That was Wells Fargo.
Oh, court ordered sometimes.
But that's what I'm saying. Kanye can't get a conservatorship. Wells Fargo don't want to talk about Kanye. They don't want to do that. Nothing that. No.
I don't know. Kanye's protected by Donald Trump, so
Touche.
there's that.
Yeah. Keeping it moving, gospel star Dietrich Haddon. It was discouraging and disappointing to see Glorilla win Best Gospel Song of the 2025 BET Awards.
Agreed.
Yep. I don't have any whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Why didn't they give it to an actual gospel artist?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be pissed the hell off if I worked my whole year to produce my album and produce all the songs that pertain to me and Jesus' love for Glorilla. And I love Glorilla. Glorilla can do no wrong.
Absolutely
She
not.
is wonderful. She is the girl. She is the GOAT.
Yeah.
I have nothing bad to say about Glorilla. Should she have gotten Best Gospel Song? Absolutely not.
She beat out Maverick City Music, Tamala Mann,
No.
and Yolanda Adams.
No.
So is that the devil's
The
work?
battle is not yours, it's the Lord's.
Yes.
Is that the devil's work?
That's the devil's word.
Yeah.
That's
So
the devil's word.
the song that she won for was "Rain Down on Me,"
Which is a great song.
featuring Kurt Franklin and Maverick City Music Hall. Now, had it been Maverick City Music Hall featuring Kurt Franklin and Glorilla, okay,
or
Kurt Franklin featuring the other two, okay, but it can't be Glorilla featuring them.
100%. I have nothing to say.
Yeah.
No
it's just that we all like Glorilla.
Yeah,
No,
that's just what it is.
I love Glorilla. I love her. I want to dress like her.
I don't want to dress like her. I think she dresses stupid.
But yeah, I was exaggerating. I was being
Okay,
exaggerating.
don't
foolish.
exaggerate that part.
I don't
That
like
part
that.
is terrible.
I would like some of her wigs.
Dresses terribly.
She looked like a nice girl at this awards, didn't she?
Nope, she did not. She looked horrible.
I'm gonna find one look of Glorilla's that is cute. Go ahead in the next story while I find Glorilla being cute somewhere.
She still can do no wrong.
She's still a little girl.
This funny right here. R. Kelly seeks Trump pardon. Attorney says the singer has been punished to solitary confinement and there's spiders crawling on him. Spiders.
R. Kelly needs to be conservatorship in jail because he's lost it. My man is cooked. Poor baby.
The bad thing about R. Kelly is that R. Kelly's lawyers are using the current climate and the current bull crap of an administration that we have to try to make a claim for his nasty behind to get out of jail. And that's just not how it works, R. Kelly.
No.
It's just not how. It might work.
It might. Because that's how, because this world is so foolish.
It might work. They might say that,
I mean, look, Harvey Weinstein got mistrial yesterday in some of his nastiness.
He sure did.
Yeah.
He sure did. They're going to retry him again. But,
Yeah.
free R. Kelly.
Yeah. No.
All right. So I guess I'm in the minority. So I will just take that as it is.
I don't want them to free him. What I do want them to do is to build him a studio in jail so he can continue to make music.
Yeah, make jail music. Yeah.
Free him.
Hugo,
You're free to go into that studio room over there, that studio cell over there, and make a song.
Your time is up here, fresh chicken. She'll be suing him in the future. Controversy the scene after he passionately kissed fan on the stage, and she's an idiot. Let me tell you what happened. If Chris Brown had brought me on the stage and did all of that gyrating, humping, and kissing me in the mouth, I would have been pregnant.
They would have had to peel me off of him.
Bro, They would have had to call the Secret Service to remove my body from outside of his, because I don't even know what it is. But you can't tell me that Chris Brown go
call
come.
a National Guard because
Take notes, gentlemen.
She would have, bro.
Christopher Lamont Brown is the one that can that I will catch a charge for.
My girl
In the
can't go to
face.
no concerts.
I don't send me a Chris Brown concert and put me in the front where he could potentially pick me. We will be broken because I am taken.
Yeah. Not only that, shoot, don't like you said, don't put me where I could get picked, because if he picks somebody that's not me, I'm gonna push her down.
Into violence. And last but not least,
no, there are no pictures of Glorilla with a cute outfit. I went through 100 pictures.
Wow. Shots fired.
I love her. I really do. But no,
never.
Now she got a new nose.
Does she got a new nose?
She got a new nose. Yeah.
Good.
Good
But I like
perspective.
her big nose. I like that nagging nose.
I like her Memphis nose. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Last but not least, good old Diddy. Let me just get my update, just so y'all can see where everything is going right now. So y'all can know what's happening, and then we'll end the show with this. Let me go to recap one. A secret cell phone diddler found after this is by Jill Joe. Make sure you guys go follow Jill Joe online so you get all of the commentary about the Diddy trial. She calls him the diddler.
The diddler.
A secret cell phone diddler found after the raid has been brought up. I believe the feds figured it out because of a data transferred from one device. A conversation that took place after she broke up with him in October. Post Cassie's lawsuit, audio played from December 23 between him. So what's the solution, he asks. She testified she felt exploited because of the freak offs. She said in her text messages and phone calls that she did not enjoy them. She felt the details in the lawsuit mirrored her own experience word for word. He can be heard asking her, what do you want me to do to make you feel better? How can we get to the solution so we can move on? I don't want to make nobody feel like this. In another video. Basically, to sum this up, even after the video was released, even after his house got raided, this woman, Daphne Joy, aka Jane, 50 Cent Baby's mama, continue to have relations with this man and freak offs after the fact.
Yep.
Now, I don't know who the idiot is. I don't know if it's her or him, because they're raiding your house. You just got sued for $30 million, and there's a video just dropped, and you are still outside putting your penis or rubbing whatever you're rubbing on top of yourself. I don't know, because that's nasty. It's alleged they are painting the picture that they have a couple group, and that couple group could be Kanye West,
or Beyonce,
and
Jay-Z.
It's not Beyonce or Jay-Z.
Okay, just
it's
checking.
Kanye West and Naked Bianca Sensori, and around her time they had traveled somewhere. Kanye,
They were swinging together?
Pretty much. They all sat down to watch people have sex together. Then they got on a private jet and they went somewhere. Kanye pretty much hit on her, told her he always wanted to F her. Then she recommended one of their favorite escorts to that couple, and it's been said that couple has those sexy time freak offs with the whore.
Hotel nights.
With the whole hotel nights.
That is, yes, with the
Alleged, the streetwalker, the night, the woman, the
Lady
men
of the night.
It's not even lady, the men of the night, because they prefer men escorts. They don't. I've never seen any mention of any female escorts at all, and that's very interesting.
But Diddy never participated, just to make that clear.
Diddy never participated with the men, but he watched them
Yeah.
have these sex,
Right,
and then after he had sex with them, because I think that's a black male image thing that I don't want to be gay.
He didn't have sex with the men, but he wanted the
jizz.
The jizz.
I don't think that you can
rubbed on him.
satisfy Cassie the way Cassie wanted to be satisfied, because he had Tootsie Roll.
One man can satisfy her.
If y'all want to do something for your good old life on a Friday, watch Cameron interview the Punisher. Don't have no children around.
I saw a little bit of that. That's crazy.
Put your children away.
That's crazy. That interview was crazy.
Yo, Cam brought it.
On just to finish this on the.
Why was he called the Punisher?
I don't know.
Because he punishes the.
He started doing porn. This is the porn star. He started doing porn.
He do a little punishing
in spite because his ex-girlfriend, started doing. What do you call it? Stripping. So he started stripping and then ended up doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is day 7 of Jane's testimony, and they're ripping her apart because basically what it comes down to is that she was offered monetary values and nice things in exchange for her body being used as a guzzler of jizz.
Whoa.
And
what did you say?
Yes.
Say it again. I didn't hear.
She was used as a whore.
Oh.
Pretty much. And she guzzler even. She was promised these things. It seemed to me that she was a very willing participant because she wanted to very much please Diddy, and she wanted to be with this billionaire, and she wanted to be his girlfriend. She referred to herself as his girlfriend and as his woman and all kinds of stuff. And she only started to get mad when she realized that she was doing things to be closer to him, and he was outside with Carisha and everybody else, showering them with gifts, taking them around the world, buying them all the things, and all she was getting was freak off and hotel nights.
And $10,000 a month.
And $10,000
And her
a month.
rent paid. And
honey,
and
just that.
And
just your rent paid. You shouldn't get anything else from it. At one point, she's sending the text message talking about, I don't have any good things to show from this relationship because you never required anything but this man's attention, and that's crazy to me.
In my book, she's a snitch, and anybody who takes them deals is a snitch, telling on Diddy when you're participating in the same thing.
He's still paying her rent, and he's paying her lawyer fees still.
That's why I can't believe nobody up there.
Yeah, with her, I can't even defend her at all. There's nothing that I can say to possibly defend her, and that's just what it is. That's
And it's like, I know that we're all speculating that it's her, but it's definitely,
it's 100% her.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think it has been confirmed.
Because y'all know how what's his name, 50 Cent do.
Yeah.
Once he cut off the exes, you cut off.
Yeah.
And they gotta maintain that lifestyle.
Yeah. But she got his baby, so she's collecting some money.
Yeah,
so
she's getting
like
from something from him.
She
too.
got greedy because she saw a billionaire.
How petty he is too.
Yeah.
So she gonna.
And if he did that, he would have had there was nothing that I could say to say that he was wrong. Yeah. So we'll continue these conversations later. But it is time for us to go because we got youth in the building. Hopefully they're not here. This last part of the show is very rude. Thank you, Fresh Jam, for coming to visit to us and hang out with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
It was
I appreciate that.
You're a lot more pleasurable in person than you are online.
I gotta get my words
you have
through.
to behave yourself.
I gotta hammer through those. You know what I mean?
You got to punish
But up here, you know, I gotta be a little more respectful. You know, and like you said, we got the youth up here too. So
And because you know that I would jump over this counter. I already told y'all that I have aspirations of jumping over a counter and fighting somebody, and it could be.
That's a fact.
Could be.
Don't forget tomorrow. Tonight is about the Foster sisters.
Yes, the tomorrow.
Tomorrow
we have the Foster sisters. What?
Tonight.
It's tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a long day for them.
Yeah,
Golly. Tonight is the Foster Sisters. On Sunday, we have the Jamboree. Tonight is also at Venetia's, the fundraiser for Mass Woman of Color. It's a domestic violence organization that is always raising money to support the work that they're doing. I'll post everything. I did post everything on our social media. If you want to donate or if you want to attend, there's still time to get your tickets, but that's starting off at 6:30 tonight if you are interested in doing something. And again, the Jamboree is on Sunday from 2 to 6 p.m. and that's at the Franklin Park Shattuck picnic area. Come out. Everything is free. There's going to be games, prizes, lawn games, pin the wheel on the donkey, all kind of thing.
Pin the wheel on it.
Yeah, pin the wheel on it.
know.
If you have to do the donkey, you can do the egg race, sock race, all kind of race.
That sounds fun.
We're gonna have a good time. We gonna have a funky good
Bring
time.
our lawn chairs, bring everything, bring the family, bring the grandpa, grandma, all that.
Where is this? Harambe?
No. Shattuck.
Right by the Shattuck family picnic area.
All right, y'all be blessed. It's Friday. Go enjoy the day because tomorrow's raining. Bye.
Bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz. You're listening to Spark FM online.
B-Soca is bringing you vibes, culture, and community connections all summer long, and we want you to be a part of it. In honor of Caribbean Heritage Month, we're kicking off the celebrations. Join us at the return of B-Soca's annual Jamboree, Sunday, June 15th, 2 to 6 p.m. at Franklin Park Shattuck Picnic Area. A full day of fun, games, prizes, dancing, music, and more. Walk with your lawn chair.
Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present the Boston New Works Festival, taking place June 26th to June 29th at the Calderwood Pavilion and the Boston Center.